my middle name was Sasha. I know what you're thinking, like, you grew up thinking? Yeah, I grew up thinking my middle name was Sasha. That's what I was told my middle name was. When I was in grade school, I remember coming across my birth papers. And I looked at my birth papers, and when I was reading my name, I noticed that my middle name didn't read Sasha, and it actually read something completely different. So I went up to my mom and I'm like, Mom, like, what's going on here? Why does my birth papers say that my middle name is Shaha and not Sasha? And God bless my mom, of course, love her to death. But my mom had me at the age of 16. So with that being said, somewhere along the lines, my middle name was filled out incorrectly on my birth papers. And when I found that out, I had already hated the name Sasha. The name Sasha didn't resonate with me at all. So I already did not like the name. Now I found out my name is Shaha. I didn't even think that was a name. So I was like, ugh, like I'm screwed, right? So I was one of those kids growing up that would never say what their middle name was. We all know people like that. You're like, what's your middle name? Oh, it's too embarrassing, I'm not telling you. So that's how I grew up. I grew up very, very ashamed, I guess, now that I look back on it, of what my middle name was. Until I got older. And when I got older and a little more wiser and a little bit more cultured, I started to take to my middle name and accept it a little bit more. And that is where the name Shaha comes in. It actually is my middle name. And what Shaha means, and I just found this out not too long ago, but the name Shaha is actually a very, very powerful name, which I think is so ironic that it is my middle name and the story behind it, because it's actually a very, very powerful name. The name Shaha means Queen of Kings. When I seen that definition, like I was already building a relationship with that name. In return, that means I was building a deeper relationship with myself. And that is what becoming Shaha means to me and is all about. And now that I've gone through what I would like to call a spiritual awakening, becoming Shaha really to me means unbecoming everything I was taught since I was a very young kid. We come into this world and we're taught what to believe, we're taught right from wrong, we're taught what feels good, what shouldn't, we're taught, our parents teaches us things, morals, our school system teaches us things, we learn and pick up things from friends and family members, and now in this day and age, we learn a lot from social media. So we're unconsciously programmed, and we don't even know it. We get programmed and brainwashed every single day. There's always something fighting for our attention. Whether it's this thing, whether it's Instagram, whether it's billboards, whether it's emails. Go look at your emails and I bet you there's a bunch of emails from a bunch of different companies trying to get your attention. We are so not focused on self in our day-to-day lives, and it isn't our fault. So that's what becoming Shaha means to me. And on this channel, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna have conversations and we're gonna talk about things and talk about topics, because I mentioned earlier that I did go through a spiritual awakening, which by far has been one of the most crucial and important things that I have ever came to in my life, if I'm being quite frank. So we're gonna talk a lot about things that brings awareness to maybe things that, conversations that we don't typically have every day, but I feel as though it's important. It's important to start having some of these conversations. It's also important to start peeling back a lot of layers so that way we can walk in our higher purpose. That is what I believe I am doing now. I have found purpose. I found purpose in life, and for years I was always chasing the wrong things, the materialistic things, the positions, the money, you name it, right? And I didn't even know, and not to say that's bad, right? But I believe that as human beings, we're all here to have a human experience. There's no such thing as a perfect human being, right? So we all have our beliefs, we all have the things that we like and the things that we desire. But when I break it down, I think that we all want the same thing out of life, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, but we want to live a peaceful life. We want to be surrounded by people that we love, people that we enjoy being around, friends and family. We want to have good relationships with other human beings. We also want to be surrounded by the things that our heart desires. Am I right or am I wrong? We want to live abundantly. You know, I think it all, if you see, we can just simplify it. And I think that we all ultimately, deep down, want the same things. I got my book here because I got a couple notes. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This first, how I came about even wanting to create this channel. Ideally, I wanted to do a podcast first because I've been self-learning so many things over the course of the last couple of months that's just been completely changed my outlook on life and the way I view things. And I'm like, I gotta talk to my people about this. So most of you guys, probably all of you guys, know me as Prince from Main Arts TV. You're gonna be getting a whole different conversation here on this channel. We're gonna be going, a lot deeper, and we're gonna have some uncomfortable conversations, but my only hope is that I can inspire or impact something within you to have a mindset shift so that way you can live the life that you want to live and achieve the things in this life that you want to achieve as well. I don't know everything, of course. I'm no expert in anything, but this is just me sharing my story of enlightenment, through my experience, in hopes that I will touch, inspire, and maybe help someone else out there. So y'all stick with me. It's gonna be a good ride. I got some tea here. This is one of my things. I have like 2 cups of tea a day. One in the morning to get me started, and one in the evening when I'm winding down. Thank you to my baby. I'm drinking Earl Grey. She took care of me. She always makes me a good cup of tea. I got an incense burning. I am a very intentional person, especially when it comes down to self and my self time, which has in this journey has been so important. And that's one of the first things I really want to talk about is how do we re-energize ourselves, and how do we take care of ourselves, and how do we reach that level of unconditional love for self, and what does that even mean, and what does that even look like, right? Because I truly believe that if we can love self and put that as a priority, we can love our family members better. We can love our spouses better. We can love our children better. We can be better human beings in society. You get what I'm saying? They say hurt people hurt people. I think heal people heal people. So I think that's one of the very first steps to, living a life where we just are in more control. But before we can control anything, we do have to control ourselves. I want you guys to take this journey with me, is basically what I'm saying. Take this journey with me, and let's work on becoming our best selves, right? Because if we become our best selves, we can go out there and we can impact humanity, we can impact society, we can impact our friends, we can impact our families in like a positive way. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it unfold in so many ways, and I've just been a happier person, a more peaceful person. I just don't stress. Like, I don't stress over, I'm not gonna say like nothing, because of course, like, there's some things that knock me off knock me off my toes every once in a while, and that's why I have a routine. I have a full-blown routine for when I'm feeling depleted to help get me right back on top. So we're gonna talk a lot. And we're going to talk a lot about the things that I do. We're going to talk about books. We're going to talk about how to handle certain situations. We're going to talk about everything. So this was the first video, and I'm so glad that you joined me. I'm so happy that you watched. I hope you got a couple nuggets out of this one, and I hope you'll be returning for the next one. Subscribe so that way you guys can keep updated whenever I drop a video. The scheduling, we'll figure out what the drop-in scheduling is going to be on this channel. I want it to be very, I don't know, I guess I can't say yet, but maybe 2 to 3 times a week. We'll see. But you guys let me know in the comment section below what you thought about today's video, and share some of your stories. And I'm sure some of you have already been doing the inner work, right? This is my hope for this channel, is that we can build a community, build a tribe, build a camp, you know what I mean? So it's not just me providing my insight through my experiences, but you in the comment section, join the conversation, you know what I mean? I want to hear from you guys. I want this to be super engaging and super interactive as well. And share, if you think that there's someone that can use this information or hear some of the things that we're talking about, always share, you know what I mean? The more people we can impact, the better. I love you guys so much. Again, thank you for being here. We're going to catch y'all in the next video. Cheers.